There's no way that's Hawkeye. He is in the show? You gotta be kidding me. Where's your bow and arrow, dude? Welcome back, super friends and super family. I am Thor, your friendly neighborhood god of thunder. Today I'm reacting to Angel episode 11. So, we found out kind of a big reveal in the last episode of Angel that Cordelia now has kind of inherited, or I guess received, Doyle's powers to receive these premonitions to, I guess, understand when someone's in danger or when they're in need, or if it's kind of like a spider sense, but a little less about protective and a little bit more about helping others. Maybe the good Samaritan spider sense. Am I using those correctly? I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, for me, I'm kind of just, I of course am watching the Slay Live watch order, so I just watched episode 11 of season 4 of Buffy. And a lot went down in that episode, and obviously one of the big dramatic things was Buffy and Riley, and I kind of talked about that a lot, so I'll keep this brief in this reaction here of Angel, but just, you know, it's still on my mind. I'm still processing that. I made some jokes in the last reaction. I don't think there's any way that Angel could possibly know, but if things were to progress in Angel's relationship with Kate, there would be kind of a poetic symmetry if it happened in this episode. I don't think that's going to happen, but if it did, it would be very funny. As always, the full reactions to Angel, Buffy, all that is on Patreon. Thank you to everyone who supports there. For now, let's get into today's reaction. Angel, episode 11. This is one of the quintessential opening scenes of a Buffy or Angel episode. Someone running away from something hidden in the dark shadows. What is that? Like vampire teeth, but with a special blade, perhaps? No. No. This is a nightmare sequence. 100% a nightmare sequence. Okay. I was gonna say, if Angelus just showed up randomly, bro. That does make sense. Of all the bad dreams Angel would have, that seems like one that would be recurring. Oh, and speaking of, you never know. Kate and Angel sitting in a tree.
It's the same guy. This makes 3.
Wait, so Angel that wasn't purely a dream then, right? Because that was that same person from the opening. I wonder, though, maybe this is a crazy theory, but I wonder for this episode there's a chance that Kate might think that Angel is doing the killing since he did it in his dream, if that makes sense. Is that what they're setting up with that cold opening? Is that the first time Wesley's been in the opening, or have I just been oblivious the last episode?
That the hard way, haven't you? You've taken your problem to the police. They can't help you, so...
Is this an audition? Or is she practicing for an audition?
It's about to speak.
Nobody likes a smart-ass rogue demon hunter.
I mean, I think Buffy might have other things to say about that.
Well, everything seems quiet.
Okay.
That's all? That's all you have to report, Wesley?
I've been giving the hard sell to an empty chair. What do you think?
Quiet all around, then.
Oh, is she practicing selling? I thought she was practicing, like, for a role or something.
Your cryptic visions, Angel's brawn, my highly developed powers of deduction, rounding out...
Are you calling yourself Sherlock, bro? Easy there.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize.
What, did his sports team lose in the paper or something?
And wow, you look half dead. Which, for someone who's completely dead, would be kind of neat.
He looks so angry, though. Get him his coffee.
All right.
He said, as he's definitely not fine. Oh, shoot!
I'll take the tunnels.
You need to remember important things like death by sunlight. What are you up to, man? Sneaking around? What the heck could you see in the paper that would be that important?
I appreciate it, Kate.
I know you do. So I don't mind.
Look at that. She's risking her career for you. If that's not love.
Do for you and you can...
What? What did he see? Oh, that mark. He knows it. Okay, okay. Good. That's a good clue then.
Okay. Looks like it showed.
That's like a half Batman departure. It's like he doesn't disappear by the time you turn around, but he's across the room by the time you turn around.
So it's likely he's charming, attractive, but at his core he's a loner. Possibly a...
Okay, come on. This sounds like the profile of Angel. I'm telling you, if that's the route we're going to go down this episode, where he becomes suspect number one.
Getting to know them. It's unlikely he'll be married, though he may have recently come off a long-term relationship. Precipitating event in cases such as this, and a painful breakup is always at the top of our list.
Is that true to real, like, killers that a breakup? I didn't know that there was that connection with serial killers.
Jeez, Wesley. What is that?
Just what it looks like.
Is he scared of Angel?
Oh my god. You cut up Dr. Folger's newspaper? You're gonna get us kicked out of this building.
She's like, treat our business neighbors nicely.
I'm against it?
I think you better sit down.
He thinks it's Angel, but it definitely is not.
As Watcher in Sunnydale, I did extensive research, specifically on Angel.
He's got a whole file.
Was custom to sign his victims by carving a Christian cross into their left cheek.
Dang, okay, so Angelus was recognizing his own signature. Someone's imitating, though. Someone's imitating, like a serial killer imitating another serial killer.
You're not gonna come in here and accuse Angel like this.
Cordelia.
No! I don't care.
Good for Cordy sticking up with the brooding man.
He is good now, and he is my friend, and nothing you or anyone else...
Way to go, Cordy.
Cordelia. He's right.
You stake him and I'll cut his head off.
Why should we believe a word you say?
That's how fast I could take you if I wanted to.
All right.
Okay, so you've been having nightmares. It doesn't mean you...
They're not nightmares.
I mean, subconsciously, that still doesn't count.
Which is when all these murders took place.
I mean, just set a watch next to him when he sleeps.
I understand.
Okay, well, sleep tight.
Yeah, she's like, maybe don't have good dreams. Yes, sleep tight. I like this. But what if Angel's tied up when the real monster who's doing this, the real vampire, attacks them? This is a flashback here? Okay. I always like going back and seeing more of Angelus back in the day.
Great news, sports fans. There's been another killing. Okay, well, maybe not so great.
Yeah, not great news, but we know what you mean, Cordy. We know what you mean.
Tortured? Didn't do it.
Yes, I did.
How? How can you be doing it from bed? What, are you hypnotizing someone else? This seems crazy. What?
First kill. Happily done.
Strange.
Oh, this is an apprentice of his? There's no way that's Hawkeye. He is in the show? You gotta be kidding me. Where's your bow and arrow, dude?
Every time he smashes that watermelon with a sledgehammer,
I don't get the reference, I'm sorry. I can't believe Jeremy Renner is in this episode, and as the bad vampire, that's perfect. Come on, this had better be a popular episode. It's like bringing back the memory of all the crimes.
Unless you use every resource this department has to make sure he's not successful this time.
Just you trust him enough not to suspect him. Because who would have information, that much information, you know what I mean? I wouldn't blame Kate for being suspicious.
We'll know about it.
Where'd you get the police radio?
Police car.
Oh, dear.
Just some casual theft, Angel.
Let's add patrols here and here.
All right, we'll set it up.
Anything matching the profile gets reported.
Okay.
The other cops must have a lot of questions about her tall, mysterious stranger who keeps visiting her at work. You know what I mean?
Ma'am, could you possibly pick me up some beer? It's from my mother. She needs...
That was your cover story? Beer for your mom? Okay.
Hey, dude. Are you old enough to buy beer?
pretty good casting. I always thought Jeremy Renner could play a good villain. He's really good in the movie The Town. Really, really good.
Nowhere here.
Ah, too late, too late. And when they see these Matrix moves, the cops have to realize vampires exist.
You went in through there. Sealed the exits. Place is big, but we'll find him.
Watch your back, please. We got him.
Oh, they did save him. Oh, okay. I thought it was too late. I thought he bit his jugular. Looks like you found a way in.
Meet you back here.
Where is Wesley gonna go? Try to go through the front? You might need a different type of weapon here, Kate. Watch the corners, watch the shadows, which are basically everywhere.
I will fire!
Okay, after this, Kate 100% knows about vampires. The question is, will Angel reveal himself?
Ouch.
Man, if Kate got turned into a vampire, that would be a huge plot twist.
Request assistance. Suspect sighted second floor
Yeah, why are you here?
You haven't heard the news? You didn't hear about Sunnydale?
To kill you.
Oh, that's such a badass moment. I wonder if Hawkeye realizes that Angelus is on the side of good, or thinks he's just like fighting to be territorial over his prey. Maybe the cross she has, can that help? Oh dang it, he's gonna get away, really? Oh. We thought Buffy and Riley's talk was awkward. What's this one gonna be like? I mean, at least his secret is out. In a weird way, if they are gonna have any relationship, it's more possible now that she knows what he is.
Then he got up. If I pull this trigger, are you gonna get up too?
Yes.
What are you?
You already know the answer, Kate.
I like how he says that too. Of course you would recognize a vampire from pop culture.
You haven't heard a word. And you won't. Not now. Not yet.
How much proof does she need?
World you're just not ready to face.
I mean, I think that is realistic, right? If you never believed in vampires, even if you saw something, like, I think as a protective instinct, your mind would go into denial about what you saw.
And we won't judge, but we will charge. Now, if you only tell me how you heard of us.
From the police, actually.
Oh no, what? Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
She said that I should come to you.
Oh, good.
Cordy, come on, realize what's happening here.
She's about yay tall, attractive, natural blonde.
Oh, yeah, Kate, Detective Lockley.
Lockley.
Cordy, come on. You're giving out all this information.
Our Angel, dour, sure, but not afraid to get personally involved in his work, and you're totally pumping me for information, aren't you?
Okay, finally she realized.
Apt pupil boy.
Pull up
You
the...
realize you'll never make it to the exit before.
There we go.
Match.
Well,
Grab his coat so he has no escape.
is up with people meeting.
Give me a steak.
It's like 8 in the morning. Oh, you mean like... Okay.
How did she misunderstand that?
How does that work, exactly? You just wake up one morning and decide, okay, now I'm good.
That's true. It would be confusing if you don't know about the curse, right?
It doesn't end. It never, ever ends. It just goes on and on.
That's not the only thing that goes on and on.
She's like, stop your monologuing, villain.
Killer shrine on your wall. News clippings, magazine articles, maybe a few candles.
He's like, you're not a mature Hannibal Lecter style killer.
You are so prosaic.
Nothing on the streets about a new vampire.
Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. It's like, we just killed off Doyle. Don't you dare kill off Wesley.
See you there.
Jeez, that was a tense standoff. Wesley, man, you ruined it. Oh, horrible timing. I hope Kate took Angel's warning to heart, even if she doesn't fully believe it, and like carries a stake or at least a bigger crucifix around her neck. She should just, instead of doing all this research, she should just watch a bunch of vampire movies, you know?
208, I think he was there too.
So you believe me?
Yes, I believe you.
Good, because he's planning something
I'm
too.
jealous.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang, she did too much research.
Let me help end it, please.
Please. Now there's a word I imagine you heard quite a lot in your time.
It wasn't him, it's the demon.
A bitch's heart. And when that happens, I suggest you don't be there. Because the next time we meet, I'll do the same to you.
Holy, that's so harsh. I think she's just in shock from learning about vampires. Sorry, just the way Wesley moved through the door was great.
He's not here.
How does the entering rule work for a vampire, though? Like, if you break in, you're allowed to go in without permission? Am I overthinking it?
Stop imagining.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Did he, like, take over a school bus? That is... I thought he was gonna target Kate. Jeez, going after kids, bro?
Children. He's finally changing his act.
You shouldn't have made fun of him for being a hack killer, you know? This is what happens.
Is a terrible likeness.
Got it. Let's go.
The mouth,
Are you for real? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Grab your steak, grab your steak. Holy, that's the first time we've seen that type of movement from a vampire. It's pretty cool.
We're in.
It's one thing knowing how to kill vampires, it's another thing being trained and able to do it. So is the school bus part of his plan later, or is that just all a misdirection? I don't think you're going to be a doubting Thomas much longer.
You know what taught me that?
I'm not afraid to die.
Hey, she's pretty brave.
You could have.
Too original.
Is that holy water? Way to go.
You're my real father, Angelus.
Fine.
This is like reverse Darth Vader and Luke, you know?
And it sickens me to think that there was a time he would have done whatever was necessary.
Was he trying to signal something to Kate? Did she understand? What, she missed the heart, so he's okay?
You missed.
No, I didn't.
Thank goodness it didn't, like, swerve and hit the heart after it punctured his skin. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure that's Jeremy Renner, right? I'm not wrong. Maybe it's just an actor who looks like him. Pretty sure it's him.
Yeah, I could see that, except for the cars and the buildings and the, you know, everything else.
It's not so different.
Times have changed, technology, but the people maybe not so much.
Angel. And you have to trust that whoever the powers that be are, is.
That's a great joke.
Sometimes they change back. If the day ever comes that I...
Oh, I'll kill you dead.
Thanks.
What are friends for?
Corey's just that type of friend, and I like it. All right, so that is Angel episode 11. I mean, first of all, it'll be very embarrassing if that's not Jeremy Renner, but I'm 99% positive. I mean, pretty sure it is him. And regardless, you know, his character is kind of a protege, someone who learned from Angelus, was really good as kind of the one-off villain for this episode. And of course, it brought up, I mean, I was confident from the beginning that Angelus hadn't actually returned and Angel wasn't doing that. It just seemed it seemed like one of those classic things that you would think is going to happen, but is just a misdirection in the plot. So for once, I guess I predicted that part correctly. But it does demonstrate like how, ever present that side of Angel and that fear of Angel is about kind of reverting back, and how he still carries that guilt. I mean, we've seen that in multiple episodes of Buffy and Angel before, so I feel like this show doesn't want to spend too much time, just revisiting that same backstory of his and how he feels this guilt and this fear constantly. But I like that every once in a while we get a reminder, just so like it's not like it goes away just because we don't have an episode centered around that theme. And so, of course, Angel just day to day is dealing with this guilt and this fear, and it makes sense that he would jump to the conclusion that it's him. Someone who feels so much guilt, I feel like, is quick to blame themselves instead of suspecting others. And then it's just cool. It's cool, like, seeing some of those demons, I mean, literal, but also emotional, from his past come back and affect his present life. And then, obviously, big plot point, Kate knows who Angel is. And I knew that was going to happen eventually, at least I was pretty sure. But, I don't know. I do feel like there's a little bit of parallels, right, with what's going on with Buffy, right? Buffy just recently finding out about Riley and vice versa. And now we kind of have a similar thing somewhat going on with Kate and Angel. And I do like, as much as I was kind of making fun of it, I like how Kate couldn't process immediately. Like, even after she had seen the Jeremy Renner vampire stand up after getting shot multiple times, even after she saw, these superhuman acrobatics and Angel show his true face, I would think that's realistic. There would just be a level of denial when you see something that is so far from what you know to be scientifically true and possible. I think there's a moment to process all of that, And then I just thought it was a really cool plot twist with, at least for me, it got me with the idea that, we think he's going to go after a school bus full of kids, which obviously is horrifying. But then for him just to show up, like that scene where he just is casually sitting there, it reminds me of kind of this straightforward, cocky, brash flavor of evil that we've seen consistently in some of the cool vampires throughout the show. And I just like that. It makes for entertaining TV. And I also really appreciate that even after Kate stayed up all night and did her homework and learned about vampires and was kind of convinced about their existence and even had a plan to take on a vampire, her first encounter with a vampire, she was very inadequate. I just like that touch. Like, it would be a little bit cheesy, I feel like, if someone in their first encounter with a vampire with no specific training, just because they can fight. A vampire is a very different beast. Using a stake compared to being able to use a gun, I mean, unless you're John Wick, you can just use any pointy object. Most people, I think it's a very different type of skill set, even though there's some crossover in different styles of physical combat. But I appreciated that touch, and then I also think, like I said, it was realistic for Kate, learning about Angelus, that she would really feel threatened by him. But by the end, clearly she had that growth in the way that she judged him, by sparing his life. She had the opportunity to destroy two monsters, and she's like, well, the handsome monster who I think I have feelings for, I'll spare him. I'll stake him through the stomach, not the heart. Good call. But yeah, I mean, and similar to Buffy and Riley, I'm very intrigued. I mean, we haven't gotten a kiss from the two of them, but I really think that's the direction we're going this season. And I could see it. I do think that just personality-wise, I think that Angel and Kate do mesh. But we'll see. We obviously will see what happens in future episodes. I do hope that Angel has the opportunity to explain to Kate that he isn't Angelus. It's not like he's a reformed vampire who back in the day used to think murdering and torturing humans was just A-okay, and then he, found religion and regrets his past life. It's like, no, he was literally a different entity. This is the human soul. He was a demonic soul as Angelus. I hope they have that conversation, because I just think that would at least help Kate understand who he really is, and just if there is a level of comfort she can reach in his presence, I think that would be a gigantic assist in reaching that level sooner. But we'll see. We'll see. Angel is not a man of many words, and he's just the type of like silent, brooding, self-inflicting guilt, really hard on yourself vampire that, you know, he'd be like, no, I'm not going to tell her the truth, but I deserve this because I did those crimes. Doesn't matter. You know, he would do that. So hopefully Cordy is around to, you know, just spew the truth out and let everybody know, you know, that Angel, Angelus, different people. Cordy was great in this episode too. She had a few really good moments. I like how she immediately opened the blinds, you know, and cut off the escape of the Jeremy Renner vampire. If Wesley hadn't shown up, he would have been caught for dead right there. And I don't know, I really like how she sticks up for Angel as a friend, and she carries her kind of straightforward, hard-edged humor even into her friendship. You know, I feel like that's her way of expressing affection, and it's just cool. But yeah, we had a really good time with this episode, really enjoying it so far. Thank you to everyone for watching along. Of course, like I said, future reactions, full reactions, that's all on Patreon. Thank you to everyone for watching, and as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.